Hey guys, Palsteron here, and today let's talk about my day 3 update for the EA Ballista Elementalist. So yesterday was time to fully complete the Atlas, and that's what we did today. Killed Maven, Uber Elder, and then also everything up to Fear. Now these fights turned out to be a lot easier than I thought. Now golems will die here or there, but I would say their uptime is a good 70 to 90%. In some boss fights, they didn't die whatsoever. Cyrus especially was one of the bosses where I was a little bit afraid going in, as well as Searing Exile, but Searing Exile turned out to be a joke. And yeah, it just wasn't as bad as people thought it would be. So I'm very happy to see that. But in general, I made the build a little bit more efficient, took a little bit more care of my Mercenary. So I have a little bit of extra tech in there. And I want to go over some of that in this video. So let's get into it. I'll actually start with the Mercenary right now. If you haven't been paying attention to it at all, I cannot fault you. I'm also usually lazy with this kind of stuff, and I just learn it over the league. But it is vital that you actually engage with it. First up, shout out to Salty Dane, who I saw yesterday with a Flame Link setup that looked quite interesting. Flame Link gives you flat fire damage, which could be very good since we're not using EE anymore, right? We could actually make use of it. For now, I have this set up and I'm very happy with it, but I might swap to it in the future. But I'll link to his video down in the description. Now, the Merc that I'm using, once again, is still the Kineticist. The Strength Dex in it just makes everything a lot easier. Also, it has ranged attacks, which is going to apply an easier Ignite. Now, more on that in a second. So, no-brainer, Chaos Binding. Fist to Fire, very strong. Then we have Legacy of Fury. Everything around you scorched, minus fire is. Increased effect of Scourge as well, very strong. We have Polaric Devastation. You don't have to use that yourself. You really don't want to. If you can't help it. So if you have it in the left ring slot, cover enemies in ash for 5 seconds when you ignite them, which is now the Merc. And the way she ignites is like everybody would ignite, with either a crit or chance to ignite. So what you want is an imbued wand. Technically, you'd want to have a percentage crit roll here to have more chance to ignite. But yeah, throw on a Deafening Essence of Anger if you care about the damage of the Kineticist, which is not actually that bad, right? And yeah. Then, other than that, just craft on fire damage, chance to ignite. That's basically it. Attack speed helps, crit helps, all good. After that, I have a Dodra's Damning. That's because the Kineticist, I have rolled a Elemental Weakness. Apparently this works. I've not had enough time to check this. Just be warned about that. So my Flammability counts, and she can apply a second curse, apparently, with Dodra's Damning. A lot of people are doing this right now with Ellie Weak, so I'm getting dual curse. On top of that, Shaper Seed makes it so everything around the Merc gets regen, which includes me and my golems. I have a Leer cast to give me increased damage. Then I have a Replica's Victaris Charity, which gives the Merc a 5% chance to give me endurance charges. Very strong. The more attack speed, the better. If you have a faster attacks here somewhere in the links, even better. And the rest is just survivability of the Kineticist. I'm kind of playing around right now with them doing Reflect. If your Merc is dying a lot, it's probably Ellie Reflect or Fizz Reflect, depending. Mine currently can do Fizz Reflect, but can't do Ellie Reflect. The more HP you get, though, the better it will get, because there's some kind of like percentage regen that they have. So at some point, they just out-regen that. My Merc currently has 6.5k. Now, what you want to look out for is have all the Ellie res capped. So whatever you do that with, if you have the same setup, you can only really do it with body armor and gloves. These are like 5 chaos, so get tri-res on it, get a life roll on it. Quite nice. Same with Chaos Heart. They don't care about the sockets, so it's just very free. So yeah, overall, I will be experimenting more with this. I'm sure there's some broken stuff coming out, but I think this is a very, very solid shell. Other than that, I actually improved both my gloves and my boots. It might not look like it, but in total, I got 22% chance to suppress spell damage, which means that I was able to unspec the Instinct, and then I had another point from leveling, so I could sub in 2 jewels. Now, for the jewels in general, I'll tell you straight up, the life ones are very expensive right now, so I just didn't really go for it. Life would be GG, but yeah, what I have is increased damage with bows, increased fire damage, attack speed, attack and cast speed, bow attack speed. Fire damage over time multi is also quite expensive, but if you can get it even better, you can see it right here. There's also damaging ailments, deal damage 6% faster. Basically fill it out with damage stats. You can look these up on POB. You can look them up on trade. Problem is, if I put up a trade in the description, those are all going to get bought up. So it is what it is, but you can kind of see what I'm going for. Other than that, nothing really has happened. I have been farming quite a bit of Expedition, and I didn't need the plus additional arrows at all. So I will rework the Maxroll guide to include that eventually, but right now just know it's completely unnecessary. You can go for Rain of Splinters. I still don't have it because it was like 4 divines. And yeah, this is the weapon that I killed everything in the game with. This is still my Storm Cloud that I bought at level 25. It's not even perfect roll. So here we are. 3% quality. Yep. Cinema right there. Still my skirmish. This one's probably quite stupid. You could definitely already upgrade into a quiver. You don't need Widow Hill. You could already upgrade into a quiver. That's better. Just like attack speed, dot multi, life roll, damage with bows, right? And it would already be better. So you don't have to do that. Now, my rings I think are still the same. Ammi is still the same. Body armor still the same. I did corrupt some of my gems. I hit 23 on the Ballista. Boohoo. I did corrupt 7 explosive arrows from my offhand. I think I might be able to do the same today again. Did not hit a 21 yet, unfortunately. And yeah, I did, however, clean up my flasks a little bit. So Granite Flask, Quicksilver, Jade, Quartz. You definitely want the Corrupted Blood on the flask. And then here you want a combination of evasion rating, move speed, reduced effect of curses, and increased armor for the suffix. My gem setup also didn't really change, so there is that. I'm currently farming, and I'll quickly talk about this. So I already went over this in my Atlas video. If you want to check that out, I'll link it down below in the description. But the best way to farm with this build on League Start is Expedition. Expedition is absolutely broken for early money. Now I currently have 33 exotic coinage. That is not true, right? It should be over here. Yeah. So 57 exotic coinage, 8 burial medallions. I'm selling these basically every day to afford everything I can. Burial medallions in specifics, if you have bulk, are actually super, super expensive. I would highly recommend to actually use it if you know what to do. Same thing with exotic coinage. This one is, yeah, quite expensive, as you can see. The logbooks sell between, I mean, the bad ones sell for like 5 to 10 chaos, but if you have Black Scythe or the other one, the Sun thingy, the Danik one, they sell for between 30 or 40 chaos. And currently I'm farming Heist on top, and I'm not really doing anything with the contracts. I don't really care, but you can sell blueprints on trade here, so you don't need to go to TFT anymore, which is quite nice. And they sell for around about 15C a pop for a 3-wing. I can't imagine 4-wing is more because I think they're just rushing it, right? Yeah, 4-wing is around about the same. So if you get these blueprints, and then there is also a chance to drop a fully revealed blueprint. And if you get that one, that one's around about 40C. So you have this right here. So every 10th blueprint you're going to drop is going to be, I don't know, 30, 40, 50 chaos instead of the 15. The reason I'm doing this as well is because the map device for Heist got buffed recently. So it costs 6 chaos, but you get 3 Smuggler's Caches. And on average, I'm pulling out at least 1 blueprint per map, and I'm also getting some rogue markers. So I'm getting around about 20C per map back for the points invested and then this map device. A lot of people will be question marking why I'm not going for Harvest, right? I'm obviously going for all the map effect for Expedition already. So Harvest would be the natural choice. And you're correct. It would be very good. My thinking was Expedition is so good right now, and I think it is strictly better than Harvest at the moment, at least. If you're watching this in a few days, maybe not, that I just want to have something else that doesn't require any time. Clicking on the Smuggler's Caches requires 0 time. Harvest takes away from me opening another map and doing more Expedition. So as you can see right here, I'm just filling out all of these Heist nodes, taking all of the percentage to get a Smuggler's Cache. All the contract stuff I completely ignore because I just think it's super annoying to sell. All of these here. And all this map effect is probably what you end at the end. So if you don't have a full Atlas yet, you can skip those for now. You can also skip the amplified artifacts here or the small nodes. This node is also quite whatever. I could actually fill out the quant nodes. Maybe that's just better. I'm also doing Eater, although that might change soon. We'll see. In general, this strat has been amazing. I guess the last thing about Singular Focus, I actually think Singular Focus is very strong this patch. Yes, you do slightly drop, slightly less tier 17s, but there is also an upside. So this patch, there are these new memory maps, right? Like whatever they're called. I haven't really interacted with them much. They contain the originator's memories, and I think these are going to have a big role for endgame juicing. And with Singular Focus, you can hone in on what those maps are going to be. So you drop way more of your favorite maps, but basically less maps overall, right? Like quote unquote. But this also means you don't have to sell shitty maps, which is quite annoying. and you're getting the maps you actually want, the layouts you actually want with the originator. How much is that worth? I don't know. I actually just realized I missed 2 maps. I guess I have 2 uniques missing. So clickbait title or whatever I said earlier with completion. So for favoring, you want, I'm personally running Mesa and Jungle Valley, but it's basically just whatever map you like to run the most, you favor around 9 to 11 of them, and then you have to have at least one connected map. Now, the reason for that is pretty simple. So you have Mesa right here, and then one of the connected maps is Jungle Valley. If you don't have a favored map, a connected map favored at least once from the map you want to run, then with Singular Focus, a lot of the map drops you get are connected map related, whether it's from these small nodes or from the boss. And if there's no connected map that is favored, then that can never happen and it just turns into some trash currency. But that's about all you need to know there. And then for Scarabs, I'm using the Cartography Scarab of Escalation. Trust me, I know these are 4 chaos right now, but you will... I more than doubled my map sustain with these. There's some weird stuff going on ever since they introduced this one. The old Cartography Scarab was not as crazy. I don't know what they did here, but it is not like 40-50% more maps. I can guarantee you that. It is more like double or more. And then I also put in the Expedition Scarab because I wanted to save a lot of points from picking all of these so I could get Heist in. Now, one quickie tip I have if you want to complete your tier 17, which I'm going to do today, when you put your tier 17 in, put in a Scarab of Bisection. This one makes it a lot easier. So you probably just want to complete your tier 17 so you get your extra map slot right here. Cool. This one nullifies either all prefixes or all suffixes. Roll the map until you have, I don't know, really bad prefixes or really bad suffixes, but the other ones are really easy, and then nullify the ones you don't want. This is going to make it a ton easier. I don't know what these cost right now, but it should be super cheap. They're literally 1 chaos. Yeah. Do not forget about that, and that way you can quickly do that, even on the Storm Cloud. Either way, though, I will probably perfect this strat a little bit more and then make a video about it. Yeah, that's about it. Next up, I'm probably going to upgrade Bow Quiver, and after that, the build did everything I wanted to do, so we'll do some final upgrades, and yeah, and see what we do from there. Now it's kind of just put your head down and currency time. There's probably not going to be an update tomorrow because I don't think I'm going to upgrade all that much. If there is, then you'll know that I made a quiver and I'm going to put out a little bit of guidance for crafting. But yeah, either way, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys enjoyed the build in this league start. I'm absolutely loving this playstyle with golems. The build is so much more tanky in the boss fights than I thought it would be. I'm just, yeah, blown away. Love it. We'll be making at least one more update to kind of finish things up. But yeah, you guys for watching, and since I still don't have a slogan, see you next time.